We all probably know by now, throughout the entirety of the game, we only encountered the Professor of Scarlet and Violet. Well, never, because it's an AI. So I thought to myself, why don't we do a challenge where we become the Pokemon Professor of Paldea, and to make things even harder, slap on a couple of extra rules. With this in mind, could we beat this challenge? I'm writing the script as I go along with the video, so comment down below if you think I'm gonna beat this challenge or not. And what team would you choose if you were a professor? Comments are always good for the algorithm. And last but not least, we're running out of time to hit 20,000 subs. We're so close, I think we're gonna do it. So if you guys enjoy these challenges, hit the subscribe button, ding on the notification bell, and get sharing. So, with that said, here's what's happened. We start things off by creating our character, and after thinking long and hard, I have an idea. Obviously, the whole game's based off a student academy, and I think I made the perfect character. Meet Professor Nari, the new geography teacher researching Pokemon behavior and interactions within their environment. And I'm ready for my tutor training at the University of Misagoza, but not without picking a starter our boss offers us. Sprigatito, Fuecoco, or Quaxley. And my choice is Rocks. You see, I have a different idea for a starter. But for now, I call our main star Xena, and I meet two new students, Nimona as well as You will not replace my dad! He will come back someday! Well, this got dark pretty quick. Though, as a teacher, I confront him and relieve the stress by taking a ride on. You can have it back at the end of the class. I get to know my new best friend and discover its modest nature, which will come in handy for the time being, and
No.
Oh. Well, this will be fun. Eventually, we arrive to the gates of Misagoza, but to my surprise, my student wants to battle me, which I am certainly not allowed to do. Wait, that can't be a loss, surely. But a loss is a loss. Though we continue our pathway to the city where I can actually buy some necessities, like some glasses so I can actually see, and make my way to the academy where I have to give my first attentions out to a couple of Team Star punks. I also debated in terrastalising to study research in depth, but as the other professors don't, then I won't either. And that was a bad idea. Already, our little friend was struggling, and I can't even take out normal wild Pokemon. This isn't going to be fun with only Xena. However, I managed to get the knockouts. Oh great, I've got to fill paperwork out now. You have to check out the new person. Oh, Professor Nari? No, it's right on YouTube. And you could get emotes and VIP access for only 99 pence. So that's why you didn't do your homework. Gotta go. We had a meeting with my boss and his friend, Professor Turo, who is supposed to be the professor for this region, though I don't know. He seems off. But once that was over, the world is in our oyster, and my colleague, Jock, invites us out to the Kitakami region to make even more discoveries. So how could I say no? We get beaten by one of the local students. Again. Although, thankfully, we receive a gift from Jock, which hatches to probably the best starter I could have received. Oh, for God's sake, I should have picked Sprigatito. I decided to explore the caves a little bit until I realized they were all over-leveled, so I won't be catching any of them. With no luck to my research, I head back towards Paldea and continue to lose to others. At this point, Nari had no chance at even becoming entrusted with Pokemon, never mind a professor. However, I settled for a Pokemon that could give us a fighting chance. Naturally, I called our little pebble the Brock, before being able to receive our actual starter, Atlas the Turtwig. With a more decent team, I make my move to go and study the olives in Cortondo. Pfft, did I heck? I wanted my grass turtle to be eaten by bugs and then squash them. I am leading with Atlas though for one particular reason, to set up rocks. We also take struggle bugs like a champ, so when we fall, the Brock can come out and take down Nimble. Already, we're weak, and just survive on 1 HP before taking care of Tarantula. So this leaves Teddy Ursa, and we get absolutely annihilated. My excuse? We're a teacher, not the next Ash Ketchup. Oh wait, he had quite a lot of losses before he got good. Attempt 2. The same thing occurs, though we get the Grasshopper down the half before falling, and the Brock takes it out, as well as a Tarantula. So this leaves her Terrastalised Bear, and once again, we get knocked out. I'm only at the first gym, and I'm having a lot of trouble. But I wasn't going to stop there, because finally I had a good run. I start with Xena first thanks to a stronger special attack, and I'm able to recover. though it reduces my special attack. Not good. However, we take it down. Her spider is next, and thanks to recovery, we were able to reduce its attack by quite a bit, before surviving on 1 HP, followed by further draining kisses thanks to switching out and back again. So now it's a 3v1. Knowing I won't survive, I thought I would reduce the bear's attack, and I knew my luck would run short when it goes for Fury Cutter. Atlas survives one huge cutter to only chip. So once again, I'm in for a run to... Oh my god! Yeah, I'm struggling. I also broke my monitor too. But I keep going, and finally, after a long and hard battle, we finally take out the bear. And as a result, we grab our gym badge. That was probably the most difficult starting battles I have ever had to endure, especially with Xena being in such a fragile state, and Atlas being a delicious snack. You aced that badge! That was the worst experience I ever had to endure. After that joke of a start, I needed to seriously play catch up to the rest of the students, starting with doing some research in the Stony Cliffs, and discovering the Brock is from these areas. Although there is a huge crab I just had to do some research on, and this time, it is I that has the advantage. Atlas was able to single-handedly take it on with little issue. Way to go, Shelder! Don't you even start, you got punted to the moon. And don't even think about eating my... Well, at least you're happy. With my students and my pet lizard happy they've eaten, I set a course to the town of Artisan for the next gym. And well, this one isn't much better, though I have slightly better coverage this time around. So for once, I had a plan. After doing the gym tests, which was easy because they are clearly spooky for Halloween, we take Brassius on, and I start with Xena, setting up Double Team, until it decides to hit hard with Mega Drain. So I put it to sleep and recover, though despite Double Team, it puts me to sleep, which is wicked, and I don't wake up at all. Now I don't know what to do, though Atlas comes out and chips away with Zen Headbutts, but even that isn't enough. And well, the Brock has no chance. I really haven't got the time to deal with this though on the next attempt this time around, Double Team helps us dodge attacks. And with that, we were able to take him out much more cleaner. All I can say, thank God this isn't a Nuzlocke, and Atlas evolves to Grottle. I'm only just scraping wins here, and I am really unsure if I'm able to beat this whole challenge. Though we press on, and I think it's time we add another squad member that Nari would have, Vampy. Seeing as the past and future forms are in this game, I think it would be nice to own the present tense form, and she's called Nelly, and head up the mountain to investigate the big bird, Bombardier. Bombardier hits hard, and we just survive on 1 HP with Xena. Knowing that, I fall. The Brock then comes out to play with Smackdown, which you realise the bird can't take it without the use of, well, questionable herbs. The Sky Titan revitalizes, and we go again with a weakened team and takes us out. Though Arven takes control of the battle as I build up rollouts to deliver the final blow. With another badge down, I have a feeling we're gonna get the upper hand pretty soon. Meanwhile, our team was about to get an upgrade from 1 week Xena evolving to Curlier, and then a game with... Are you serious right now? Well, I need to put that in the research that female Curlier cannot evolve to Gallade. And honestly, I'm getting pretty frustrated. But I finally caught myself a male called Link, leave Xena behind, and finally get the Pokemon Nari was destined to have. A reliable, protective, and a perfect assistant with psychic powers to assist in science. Now I'm feeling a lot more comfortable to take on Team Star. Starting with Giacomo and the Sieging squad. This also introduces the Star Barrage where I can use the top 3 Pokemon with me. Giacomo has 2, so I benched the Brock for this one. So, we're ready to rock. Nelly is first against his Poniard for a specific reason. Poniard gets the first hit with Metal Claw, but we do slow it down. It activates Defiant, so once we get hurt, we bite back, leaving the car. However, it intimidates, which is perfect, because once we fall, Atlas is next to reduce its accuracy, followed by Razor Leaf. This means Link is ready to hit hard, Sacred Sword doing major damage and dodging Wicked Talk, giving Link the opportunity to wipe the Sieging squad off the map. This was the upgrade Nari needed. Guess that's that. And guess what? That's you in after school detention with me. Oh, but miss! With one star boss down and being next to the big city of lights, I thought it'd be good to catch our next Pokemon. This one living in an ocean biome, Finison. If you couldn't tell by now, I'm building a team from different habitats and biomes. Link technically being mountains and snowfields, Atlas being a whole continent, Nelly being fieldlands, and the Brock being his biome in the South Province. I think it's Red Rock, but I don't actually know. With Nalu added to the squad, I arrive at Lavincia, and I think it's time for some downtime. Nari has had one stressful adventure so far, so I think it's time we give her a new phone, accessories, and some good food. It's nice to have no worries about students for about 5 minutes, because Nemona finds us and wants to battle. Though being away from school, we're actually safe to demolish a team, and Nalu gets his debut, takes down Rockruff, and we also need to switch out for free when Palmy is on the field. So Nelly comes out unharmed, though Palmy digs. We take it like a champ and take it out on the next go. This leaves one terrastalised Crocodile, and it's dangerous. But not for Nalu as well as the Brock, eventually taking the bulky Crocodile down. Now we're ready for the next gym, and to make it a 4v4, I put away Nalu. He won't be useful here. Surprise, you're on camera! Oh no, one of my students see this. Cool. Oh, phew, my boss is also here. We play a game of hide and seek and battle against other trainers to, well, I hope raise money for charity and not 5,000 Poké-Dollar tips. But if you want to help out, then there's always that subscribe button. We already knew Iono was going to be a pain, but in the nick of time, the Brock evolves to Knucklestack and Nelly evolves to Donphan, just in time before our battle. For once, I feel good. Iono starts with Watch Roll against Nelly and set up rollouts. They got stronger each time, so when Bellybolt comes out, we survive long enough to deal with it, though fall to Luxio sadly due to flinching. The Brock then comes out and set the Salt Cure, followed by Mudshot to take it out. This leaves a 3v1 against Miss Magius. She's dangerous, but I had just a plan. I set the Salt Cure once more before falling, so the time is set, then set out Atlas to set Light Screen. This guarantees to win the match. For once in this run, luck was on our side, and in all my runs, we had a stupid good strategy, and the cards are only going to get easier. You could actually become champion one day. No thanks, I like research and geography. Well, aren't you weird? Of course it rains while we're talking to Cassiopeia. Now with the next Team Star boss, Mela, she does have 2 bulky fire types, but we have 3 great counters. So once we're through the gates, Nari is ready to cause havoc. Torkola's first and sets the sun, but just like last time, I used Rollout to take it out in 3, but Reveroom decides to overheat. This reduces its special attack, which works well for me, because Finison can also charm, before switching to Link, who tanks the Blazing Torque. The sunlight fades and we're cleared to start hurting, switching in and out between Nalu and Link. We also know Life Dew so we can heal, and Nalu avoids multiple screeches and now is able to hit hard, switching out to reset if needed. This is a long tactic, though it works well, and we managed to take out the Starmobile without too much trouble. And now you're burnt. You can also join Giacomo for a detention. Pfft, whatever. Next we head towards the mines where the lurking Steel Titan is about, and despite its high physical defense and our physical team, I had a way around it. Link can learn low kick, and well, that is actually laughable. It really comes to show how far a Ralts can go. Obviously not being the one we had before, but we move. Way to go, Toad School! Now, you didn't do anything. Surely you don't want to tell a fib and get a lunchtime detention now, would you? With another sandwich eaten by my lizard, we're one step closer to uncover the truth about these plants. But now it's time to head to the west once again and arrive in the water city of Cascaratha, where the leader, well, doesn't like teachers. He's also stupid to leave his wallet behind, and I'm sure no girl in the entire world would have the mindset to get rich and I'll take all the clothes in the world. On the plus side, we also grab our desert encounter as well as another present tense form, Larvesta, named Taiyu, before arriving at the small market town. Our presence is unwanted, and so to schooling we do. We shut Hugo's mouth thanks to Atlas, and we meet eye to eye with Kofu upon returning his wallet. Though because I spend this money, I have to win the seaweed from the Hoenn region. Of course it wouldn't be easy. Once that was done, I decided to go straight for the gym. I'm slightly underleveled, though I'm pretty confident with this one. The loser is first, and I send out Atlas on the front line, eating huge plucks along the way. We barely take out the loser, though this is perfect because although one trio takes us out, Link is able to retaliate safely despite being flinched. This leaves Crabominable, who terrastalizes to water, which leaves the gap for us to hit a hard Leaf Blade. Though that's not enough, and we get put on the brink of death, so we get the checkmate and put the crab out its misery ready for dinner. After a rough start, we're really starting to find our feet with the challenge, as well as Nari's research. With 4 badges down, we're halfway through the gym challenge. But next is a challenger that ended my last challenge quite badly, Atticus and his poison types. But we have 3 Pokemon in hand that do very well against them, as well as Atlas resisting them slightly more when he evolves to the mighty Torterra. So this should be easier than last time. Nelly is up first against a Skuntank, and expecting Toxic, we quickly take it down with Earthquake. With the main threat out the way, Revavroom does flinch us, but he also falls. Muck knocks us out, but Link comes in battle for coverage and barely takes it down. Revavroom has the opportunity to knock us out, which is what I want, because the Brock can safely come out and set the Salt Cure, but things go south when we get crit. The good news is that Atlas is powerful enough to take the car out, and only just. We got quite lucky and extremely close for comfort. This guy gave everyone trouble, from Mr. Tinkles to Catman, and now Nari has fully mastered the art of battling and showed everyone who can beat them. With that said and done, another detention was given. But we're not done in the Tag Tree thicket just yet. There's actually a Pokemon she's interested in to study and the habitat around it, and that is Graphii. So I have the pleasure of calling this rascal Boots. Before heading through the Delisapa Passage, from there we arrive at Medali to instantly take on the next gym, Larry and his normal types. I go straight in, order some rice balls because I'm a hungry lass, and not so accidentally discovered the secret dish to be able to take on Larry. He starts with Kamala against Link, and I set up a Swords Dance to then swiftly take it out on the next turn, as well as outspeed the Dunsparce. So very quickly, this puts Larry in a pinch. Despite the intimidation and a huge aerial ace, we hang on and a huge Sacred Sword seals the match. I wasn't expecting a sweep like this, but the level learned set is really starting to work in my favor. It's time I'm the teacher! Don't even interrupt me or I'll give you attention too, and I really don't want to do that. Though, we take her on. And just like before, oh, come on! Finally, Steadfast kicks in, and we swiftly retaliate, and then set up on Gumi. With that done, one by one, they fall. Despite Skeledirge on the brink of death. We may finally go down, but Nalu is able to prioritize an Aqua Jet. It's nice they finally see the battle skills I possess to protect the region and the natural habitats, but we're off to a new biome next. I wrap up warm as I enter the cold residential village of Montenevera with a carefully chosen team to take on the gym battles. They're all in double battle form, which works slightly different to the rest of the Paldea region. Plus, you get stat boosts from the audience for every task that you do. So this got me thinking. For Rhyme, I decided to send out Link and Boots first, one to demolish and the other to support. So when the battle begins against Mimikyu and Banette, Boots gives Link a helping hand and... oh great. Well, that's not great because now our team gets a stat boost. We take Mimikyu out and receive our stat boost. And this is good because we retaliate when Sucker Punch takes down Boots. And when her Toxtricity comes out, it annihilates Nelly and receives the stat boost she needs to take us down. That did not go to plan at all. But I'm not done yet. I rush back in for another attempt, though instantly switch out Link to Nelly to hopefully trigger the Shadow Sneaks, which it did. Followed by avoiding the Sucker Punch by wasting Helping Hand. Houndstone is next, and after another boost, we break its disguise before falling. This allows Nelly to hit hard with Earthquake and take out the dead Pikachu. Although Toxtricity terrastalizes again and holds on to take us out in the next attempt. We were doing so well, and now I can't even get past this, but I go with game, exact same tactic, as well as Poison Houndstone, but Toxtricity goes for Discharge, which kills my Boots as well as a dog, so Nelly survives the entire fight to take it down. We only just got a clutch of a win there, and you know what they say, the third time is always the charm. There is one thing I had in mind to do, but before I do that, I think it's time to return to the desert to take on Iron Treads, the future form for our Nelly. However, our fire type is only a little bug who is fragile until the very end point of the game, so it better be worth it. But it quickly takes out Link, though Nelly saves the day again. I don't know what I'd do, honestly, without our elephant, as well as Link in the second phase. These two have carried us the entire time, but I think before the next gym, we need to put another member of our squad up to par. And that's our dolphin friend Nalu. So I got in a union circle and leveled him up to evolve to Palafin. And I have Noob Smash to thank for, though he's afraid of the camera. With that in mind, I make haste to the next gym, Alphanada. So lo and behold, my student is waiting for me. What a surprise. Nalu gets to have fun though, becoming our main hero. Oh hey Nari, let's work out. I think I'm going to pass. Nature is my meditation. I wasn't asking. You win this time, so-called teacher. Once that was taken care of, we get to battle the one and only Tulip, Queen of Psychics. She starts with Farigiraf against Nalu first, and I switch out instantly to Nelly. A few earthquakes take down the bulky giraffe. However, when Gardevoir is on the field, it retaliates with Energy Ball. So next is Atlas, and with the defense drop with Crunch, we hang on after Psychic, then take it down with an Overgrown Razor Leaf. We again fall to a Psychic, and Tayu, well, got punted to the moon. So with this, Nalu, who transforms and prioritizes the Jet Punch, we finish it off. It's just a simple 1v1, but Acrobatics does huge damage, and we take a huge Moonblast. So on the next turn, we live to fight another day. Again, it was close for comfort, but we just secured another badge. There's just one gym left to go, and I have one more Pokemon I want to snap. I'm better than you! You are 5. How can you possibly be better than a professor? Oh, great. I adventure through the caves to catch our final Pokemon, Carbink, called Amethyst, who will unfortunately replace Nelly as we won't have much use anymore. And with this in mind, Nari is collecting one Pokemon from every single biome possible in the Paldea region. The main question is, with my full team now, will we be able to beat this game? To start, I head back towards Glacido Mountain and arrive at the peak for our final gym challenge, the Ice types. And upon sliding down mountains, gathering thoughts of how I'm going to beat this, Grusha is strong, and despite a strong type matchup, it's not like I can burn my flames without my bug being squashed. So I set up a team, and the game is set. Tayo is first and takes a huge blizzard, but a quad-effective flame charge puts its wings to rest. Plus, we get a stat boost, but Titan is next and is extremely bulky. It did not do anything, so we fall. But Amethyst is next, and even so, Power Gem isn't enough, so our numbers start to wear thin. So Link is out and sets up Swords Dance, takes an Ice Spinner, and equalizes the battle. However, from there, Link decimates the Ice Bear and gets outsped by Altaria, and we fall on the back foot. Great. Well, time for round 2. Amethyst leaves this time around, and we set up Light Screen before switching to Link for free when it misses Blizzard, and I decide to go all out and max our attack stat. A bit of a cheap way to win, but one by one, they all fell from here thanks to it missing the Hurricane this time around. Again, it's pretty cheap, but if I have the opportunity, I'm taking that chance. That's all badges obtained, and even though that's all my team, I have a feeling this squad will carry me. And the challenge starts here with the Fairy types Team Star boss, which thanks to mainly Nalu's hero form, Atlas and Boots, this was an easy battle, as well as him constantly missing. He's also the only Team Star student that didn't get a detention, mainly because he dedicated himself to piano lessons. And in terms of the Titan, well, I can't say I was afraid of it, and discovered the final Herba Mystica that cures Arven's best friend. So maybe I will take them to Professor Jock for future analysis and studies, because after all, that's one happy dog. Only one step remains, and that's the fighting Team Star member, and she's tough. But luckily, I picked out a team who would be perfect for the battle. It doesn't help my nerves though. Toxicroak was out first against Nalu, and I instantly flipped turn to Link, and sadly get outsped. We're already looking pretty low, though Annihilate is next and still outspeeds. Already this isn't great, but Nalu comes out and Acrobatics just falls short. One huge close combat later, and we take it down with a Jet Punch. Even Passimian survives and takes us down, and we get crit. I'm honestly really struggling. Lucario does huge damage, so by the time we take it down, the whole battle gets written off. This might be the battle that absolutely slaughters us. Though I try again, and this time I charm the frog completely before flip turning out. That way I can safely max out my attack with Swords Dance, before being able to annihilate the battlefield this time around, and outspeed too, even after the battle sheet gives me grief. So that's one big detention for you and that attitude of yours. Now that they've been taken care of, and as we wait to finish playing hide and seek with so-called Big Boss, we take on the Elite Four. And honestly, I'm more worried about the interview compared to my job interview, especially when they wanted to know what happened at the very start, which I don't mention about. Let's start with Rika, who has ground types at his disposal. Whiscash is first, and I decide to set my plan up and set out Nalu to flip turn immediately, to send out Atlas, and immediately go down the Blizzard. Not the best of starts. We send out Link to finish the job, and then switch when Camerupt is on the field. Our hero comes in play, and we begin our sweep, taking down the Camel, Donphan, Dugtrio, and use Acrobatics against a water-absorbing Clodsire. But our victory wasn't important. What is Taiyu evolving to the menacing Volcarona, and just in the nick of time too against Poppy and her Steel types. She starts with her Copperaja, and our Firebug finally shows its full strength, taking down Copperaja and bringing down Corviknight with us after Brave Bird being too much. So Link is up against Magnezone, and I set up Swords Dance as it sets the light screen, so we can get around the defense buff, taking down the Magnet, the Iron Bell, and a Steel Terra Tinkaton. That was the win I wanted for a long time. Larry is back out, rocking with Flyer types, and the Tropius sets up Sunny Day, which is a bad idea when we take it down. Those Staraptor outspeeds. Amethyst comes out to tank a close combat, and chips away. We set up a light screen before falling, so Link can set up a Sword Dance and Ice Punch Altaria, Oricorio, and Flamigo. This just leaves the Dragon Tamer hassle, and Noivern is quicker than any of my squad, but we're able to flip turn for free as it misses Super Fang, and again at Amethyst twice, so we get a nice and early lead, though this is quickly lost when a quad effective Iron Head takes us down. So Nalu comes out to charm the Axe Dragon down, before switching out to Link, and set up Swords Dance before I begin to... Are you serious? Well, when you get greedy, you just lose it all. And we end up doing just that. I try again, and despite getting hit by Super Fang twice, we set up and survive this time around and sweep through the team, eventually giving us the win. So with that said, now remains the champion. And despite our troubles, I have faith against the champion, Yita. I set out Taiyu first and single-handedly take one huge Lumina Crush from Espathra and retaliate with Bug Buzz, as well as the big King chess piece. Even the Veluza that I thought would prioritize, so this clears us to sweep through the rest of the team. Abalog, Go-Go, which leaves one terrastalised Glimora. Taiyu has done its job for this battle, so we do a little damage before a Sludge Wave takes us out. Link delivers the final blow, and that is the story of how a teacher became the champion. Oh, you thought we were done? Nah, unfortunately. Next, we return to the academy for a battle against my boss, who has lied to me the entire time, and I actually had an idea for this battle. Oranguru is first against my boots, and I hit a hard poison jab before getting drowsy, so this is my opportunity to go back to Nalu when it yawns again. So we get a free easy knockout. Gyarados is next, and we switch to Amethyst to get instantly mined out. So Nalu, being in its hero form, charms the opposing attack before Acrobatics knocks it out. Abominaso is next, and we hit hard, but it's not enough. Woodhammer takes us out, but it kills itself in addition. So next is Link and Poltergeist, who burns us, and survives on the brink of death. Boots retaliates, despite the burn, we take it down. Houndoom is next, and it's a hard battle against one another, though Boots falls. On the next turn, Taiyu takes the dog down, so this leaves the cat Meowscarada, outspeeds us with a Thunder Punch, and we burn it with Flame Body, so we're safe to take it down in flames. Stop right there! Oh no, run away! Eventually, I find Cassiopeia, otherwise known as one of my students, Penny, and the brightest one of them all, though she's also stupid to go against now a champion. I have no choice but to take her on. Umbreon and Link take the first clash, tries to reduce my attack so I can only spam Swords Dance to get back up, before having the opportunity to sweep. And well, it's safe to say, that's a detention for you too. With Team Star out the way and having what is known in the UK as a booking from my boss, that's one less issue sorted. Next we head to the lighthouse to help Arvin and the other professor, which I totally haven't replaced, and well, Arvin isn't too impressed with that. Don't be telling me what to do, Mr. Arvin. To battle we go. Nalu leads the team against Greedent, and if I'm gonna be honest, we just sat up to sweep the whole fight with Link. So with 2 of my students down, there's 1 more to go. And at long last, we battle Nemona once more. Her Lycanroc is first as usual. It's against Nalu, who flipped turns out, but at Atlas this time. We get the knockout after it sets up Stealth Rock, which is both good and bad. Next was her Goodra, and I switch out to my tanky Rock and instantly fall. So I decide to send out my big boy Link to, you guessed it, set up Sword Dance to then do damage. As well as Psycho Cut on her. Oh, well, that's just brilliant. Well, Nalu can finish his. Oh, come on! I don't remember this mouse bear thing being so quick, but Boots can finally take it out. And Orthworm is next, so I decide to U-turn out to Atlas and instantly regret it. I completely forgot about Earth Eater. This is honestly the worst battle we've had, but the cat is finally out the bag, and after poisoning it, it's a simple 1v1. And unfortunately she outspeeds, giving us another loss. This run, I will be honest, has been absolutely torture, though my tactic was much better the next go, actually giving us the win. But despite celebrations, there's one job left to do. And from doing research on the Pokemon to cardio, the only thing left is to take on the main protagonist of the run, the Professor. No wonder why I got your position. You aren't even real. This is the final battle for the run, so final guesses in the comments if you think I can do it. Again, it's good for the algorithm. I'm actually not sure if I can, though Iammoth is first, and I actually go for Amethyst first, for one thing, to set up the light screen. This means Link can come out and tank air slashes as we set up a Swords Dance to hit hard with Psycho Cut. Iron Bundle is next, and he just sets up Snow, so he falls to Sacred Sword. Iron Jugglers does put us on the brink of death, but we avoid the flinch, so that one falls. Iron Thorn shares the same fate, and I was expecting to fall against Iron Hands, but we land the crit. So this leaves Iron Valiant, our future form, and Link doesn't outspeed, and neither can Boots. But Tayu is able to tank the Poison Jab, burn it, and Psychic together knocks down the warrior. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, we have beaten the Professor and taken over his role as the main researcher in the Paldea region. This challenge was a lot more difficult as I predicted, though we finally got there in the end. I thank you all very much for watching. Check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. We're so close to 20k now. With that said, take care and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.